Hey, this is Brooke Crater, founder of Experts in Empires, where we teach badass entrepreneurs simple, proven marketing strategies to increase their income and create better results. I just spent last weekend in Western Colorado in wine country, and if you can believe, in Western Colorado we actually have like 88 wineries. Who would have thought, right? Most wines are white, so we're like, but actually we had a really great time, and it made me think about how much I've been able to travel this summer, and I love to do that. A couple weeks ago I was in the airport and I picked up a copy of Forbes Celebrity 100 magazine. And the teaser on the front said, this is going to be the most interesting business article that you'll read this year. And while it probably wasn't the most interesting article I'll read this year, it definitely was good, and it offered a lot of insights about celebrities and Hollywood and how they're absolutely 1,000% getting it done. What I took away from reading that article, and I'm going to share a couple examples of celebrities with you, is that they really understand, both Hollywood and these celebrities, whatever business they're in. I don't care if it's clothing, jewelry, movies, music, cars, you name it, whatever business they're in the marketing business first. And we talk a lot about that at Experts in Empires, but it really just became so obvious to me as I read through this article. So I want to share a couple examples with you because I think you might get some ahas from this as well. So the first person I want to share is J.Lo. And we all know that she's been bombing all over the place. Like within the last 5 years, she's done some really not so good things to her career. But what's happened in the last 12 months is that when American Idol came calling, it gave her a platform to have an outrageously successful comeback. So now she's the spokesperson for Fiat. She's got a world tour going. I mean, her second year of Idol, she made $20 million as the judge. What I love about J.Lo is a couple things. One, in the last 12 months, she's made $52 million because she understands the value of diversification in her brand. So she does do fragrances, clothing, tours, music, and she sees an opportunity right now to be that person that comes back, and she is totally getting it done. The other thing I love about J.Lo is you are either her peep or you're not. And L'Oreal's betting that you are because they just keep booking her on the music or the makeup stuff all the time. So she appeals to a huge demographic. So one, she's got that going for her, and two, in her empire, she brilliantly understands the power of diversification. Okay, so the second person, and he was actually on the cover, and this kid is a phenomenon. I'm like, he makes me feel old and tired. Justin Bieber. So he's 19 years old. He is constantly at the top of iTunes. Young girls completely flip out over him. I mean, he just creates this crazy storm wherever he goes. I mean, people just love to follow him. But what I love the most about Justin Bieber and the brand and what he's been able to create is he has 21 million Twitter followers. 21 million, right? And 43 million Facebook fans, and that's more than Barack Obama and Mitt Romney combined. So what he does brilliantly is he leverages social media. So what has he done? He's taken a lot of other people or middlemen out of the mix because he's directly able to communicate with people who are self-selecting by saying, hey, I want to be your friend. Hey, I want to be your follower. So with the touch of a button, he can touch like 64 million people. It's absolutely outrageous. So tell me, as a business owner, having that kind of reach with your peeps wouldn't change the game. I mean, think about your marketing mix and what it would look like if you had access to 64 million people just by clicking tweet, submit, post, whatever it might be. So he really understands the value of direct communication, and he also understands the value of an outrageously big audience. Okay, and the third person, and initially I was like, well, he's kind of not in the same league as J.Lo and Justin, but he's a maverick in Hollywood right now, and it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. They're calling him the franchise saver. So think about the Fast and the Furious. I think he was in movie number 5. What did he do? I think he like tripled their sales at the box office just by being in the film. But right now, studios love him. And they love him because he's willing to do whatever it takes to promote the film. So he's not negotiating how many days do I have to be on the road. He's saying, what can I do to make this film successful? So he, in their mind, is this absolute hero because he understands the value, and he's willing to go on the road of being face-to-face with the fans, right? And he understands that a couple hours at a live event or a premiere or wherever he is way more valuable probably than 6 months on a set, or in our case, 6 months behind a desk. So there's different marketing pieces to each of these brilliant celebrities, but really my point is today is that we can learn a ton from Hollywood and a ton from celebrities. And the bottom line is, whatever business you're in the marketing business first. So I don't care what industry you choose. I don't care what your profession is. I don't care how long you've been in business. The number one thing that matters that's really going to make a difference for you is if you can just embrace marketing honestly, your success is inevitable. I'm not going to tell you it's not hard work, and I'm not going to tell you it doesn't take time. But your success will come when you understand that the business that you're in very, very first is the marketing business. So my challenge to you this week is I want to know how you can celebritize your business. What's the one thing you can do, whether it's like The Rock and you go in person, whether it's like J.Lo and you do the diversification, or you're adding people to your audience like Bieber. What's the one thing you can do this week to start really amping up your celebrity piece of your business and step in and claim what's yours and get that piece of the pie? As always, I'm inviting you, leave me a comment. Let me know what your plans are to do that. I certainly, after I read that, I jotted down a bunch of notes. I'm like, where can I go with this, right? I want you to do the same thing. So I hope you enjoyed our time together today. I totally did, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much.